All right, let's talk dinosaurs. You've given us a mountain of dino data, a true prehistoric puzzle, so we're here to unearth the coolest stuff and uncover some surprising facts about these prehistoric giants.
It's amazing to think that dinosaurs ruled the Earth for a period of time that makes human history look like a blink of an eye.
Right. We're talking 165 million years. That's so long that if you squeezed all of Earth's history into a single calendar year, humans would only show up in the last few seconds of December 31st. It's almost impossible to wrap our heads around a timescale that vast.
It really is. We call it deep time, and grasping even a fraction of it changes how we view everything. Imagine a library containing Earth's entire history. Dinosaurs would occupy most of the shelves, while we humans are just a scribble on the last page.
Wow, that puts things in perspective. Okay, so before we get too lost in the abyss of deep time, let's cover some basics. Now, I know you already know that dinosaurs were reptiles, but not all reptiles were dinosaurs, so let's dive a little deeper. The sheer number of different types of dinosaurs is mind-boggling.
Absolutely. We've identified roughly 700 distinct species so far. To put that in perspective, that's like discovering a new species of dog or cat every day for 2 years.
Wow, 700. And to think, that's just what we found so far. Who knows how many more secrets are buried beneath our feet? Now get this, one of the ways we classify these hundreds of species is by their hips.
That's right. We're talking about a fundamental skeletal difference that divided dinosaurs into two major groups: the ornithischians, or bird-hipped dinosaurs, and the saurischians, or lizard-hipped dinosaurs.
So all about the hips. But instead of getting bogged down in complicated bone names, think of it this way. Imagine a bird standing on one leg. Its thigh bone points forward. That's similar to the ornithischian hip structure. Now, picture a lizard with its legs sprawled out to the sides. That's more like the saurischian hip.
And here's the plot twist. Birds, while sharing the bird hip structure, are actually more closely related to the lizard-hipped dinosaurs. It's these kinds of unexpected connections that make studying evolution so fascinating.
Totally. It's like a puzzle where the pieces don't always fit the way you think they should. But let's start piecing together the dinosaur story. Our first stop takes us back to the Triassic period, a time when all the continents were jammed together into that supercontinent, Pangaea. Can you imagine? One giant landmass.
And what a strange world it was. We're talking about the very early days of dinosaur evolution. These weren't the behemoths we'll see later. They were smaller, more agile creatures, adapting to a world still recovering from a mass extinction.
It's fascinating to think about what those early ecosystems were like. The sources mention these unique trees called pluramia that thrived after the extinction. Picture this, unbranched trunks topped with tufts of grass-like leaves and cones. Not your typical tree.
Definitely not something you'd see in your backyard today. And their presence tells us a lot about how life was rebounding and evolving during the Triassic. It was a time of recovery and, more importantly, a time when dinosaurs were just beginning their incredible journey.
And what a journey it was. From the Triassic, we move into the Jurassic period, where things start to get really interesting. We're talking lush rainforest replacing those arid deserts, and Pangaea breaking apart, setting the stage for the giants to emerge.
Yes, the breakup of Pangaea was a major turning point for dinosaurs. As the continents drifted, populations became isolated, leading to incredible diversification. Imagine, over millions of years, you have these separated groups of dinosaurs evolving in unique ways, adapting to their specific environments, and eventually giving rise to a mind-boggling array of forms.
So we're talking Stegosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Allosaurus. These are the dinosaurs that truly capture our imagination. These massive herbivores with their long necks and intricate plates, and fearsome predators stalking their prey. And it wasn't just the animals that were changing. The plant life was evolving too. The sources mention Williamsonia, a plant with fern-like leaves and large showy flowers.
It's incredible to think about these iconic dinosaurs roaming through forests of such alien plants. And the Williamsonia is particularly interesting because it wasn't as common as some of the other plant life of the time. It's a reminder that even within those prehistoric ecosystems, there was incredible diversity and a delicate balance at play.
It really paints a picture, doesn't it? And speaking of pictures, the Jurassic period was just a taste of what was to come, because up next, we enter the Cretaceous period, the final act in the dinosaur drama, where we see an explosion of new species, but also the looming shadow of extinction.
The Cretaceous period, was like the grand finale, really, of the dinosaur era, at a time of incredible flourishing, but also, dramatic change, ultimately leading to their downfall.
It's hard to imagine, really, an event that could wipe out creatures as mighty as the dinosaurs. But before we delve into that extinction event, let's talk about some of the incredible dinosaurs that roamed the Earth during this time. I mean, we're talking about some truly iconic creatures.
Absolutely. The Cretaceous had it all, from massive herbivores to fearsome predators, each more awe-inspiring than the last. Take the Dreadnoughtus, for example. This behemoth was discovered in Argentina and is thought to be one of the largest land animals to ever exist.
Okay, I've read about the Dreadnoughtus, and I still can't wrap my head around it. The sources say it weighed about, what was it, 42 tons and was 85 feet long. That's longer than 3 school buses.
It's mind-boggling, isn't it? And to think that's just what we know from the fossil record. Some paleontologists believe there might have been even larger dinosaurs out there, perhaps weighing over 100 tons.
That's incredible and a little terrifying, honestly. But let's move on to something a bit smaller, shall we? The sources mentioned the oviraptor, which apparently had a bit of a reputation for stealing eggs.
That's right. The name Oviraptor actually means egg Caesar. But but like many things in paleontology, our understanding is always evolving. Recent discoveries suggest these dinosaurs weren't thieves at all, but dedicated parents. It seems they were protecting their nests, not raiding them.
See? Another reminder to never judge a dinosaur by its name, or I guess by its fossilized remains. Speaking of judging, can we talk about the Pachycephalosaurus for a second? That dome-shaped skull. Talk about taking headbutting to a whole new level.
They certainly had a unique way of settling disputes. We can see from the structure of their skulls that they were built for impact, but we can only speculate about how they use those incredible heads.
Maybe it was a mating ritual, or maybe they just like to headbutt trees for fun. Who knows?
Okay, I have to ask about one of my all-time favorites,
Yeah.
the Triceratops. I mean, come on, 3 horns and a giant frill. That's just cool.
The Triceratops is definitely one of the most recognizable dinosaurs, and for good reason. But they weren't alone. They were part of a larger group called ceratopsians, all characterized by horns and frills of varying shapes and sizes.
It's like a prehistoric fashion show of horns and frills.
Yeah.
Speaking of fashion, some dinosaurs even sported feathers, and not just a few fuzzy proto-feathers, but full-on flight-ready plumage. Exactly. The discovery of feathered dinosaurs was a revolution in paleontology. It completely changed our understanding of dinosaur evolution and their connection to birds. One of the most famous examples is Archaeopteryx, often considered a transitional fossil between dinosaurs and birds.
Archaeopteryx is fascinating, a true mosaic of traits. It had feathers, wings, and could probably glide, but it also had claws on its wings and teeth in its beak. Talk about a link to the past.
It really does make you look at birds a little differently. Imagine looking out your window and seeing a flock of pigeons, each one a descendant of those feathered dinosaurs.
Okay, that's both cool and a little creepy. But speaking of creepy, we can't forget the king of the dinosaurs, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Those teeth that roar. There's a reason T-Rex is such an icon.
Absolutely. It's the ultimate predator, even with those comically small arms.
Hey, those arms were probably useful for something. Maybe they helped them get up after a fall, or hold on to their prey. Okay, I'll stop there.
No, it's a valid point.
Yeah.
We can only speculate about the function of those tiny arms, but it doesn't diminish their status as an apex predator. And speaking of apex predators, the Cretaceous had its fair share, including the Spinosaurus with that massive sail on its back, and the Giganotosaurus, which rivaled T-Rex in size.
So many incredible creatures. It's almost impossible to imagine what it would have been like to witness these animals in their element. But I guess all good things must come to an end, even for the dinosaurs.
You're right. The end of the Cretaceous period marked a turning point in Earth's history. The infamous Cretaceous-Paleogene extinction event, or as it's more dramatically known, the day the dinosaurs died.
Dramatic, but accurate. So what happened? How did a planet teeming with such incredible life suddenly become, well, not?
Well, picture this. A massive asteroid, about 6 miles wide, slams into Earth near the Yucatan Peninsula. It's hard to even grasp the scale of devastation. Tsunamis engulfing entire coastlines, wildfires raging across continents, earthquakes that would make the ground ripple like water.
It's almost hard to imagine something that cataclysmic, even for a planet as old as ours. But the asteroid itself was only part of the story, right? It was the after effects that really spelled doom for the dinosaurs.
Exactly. The impact released an unimaginable amount of dust and debris into the atmosphere, blotting out the sun and plunging the Earth into a long, dark global winter. Temperatures plummeted, plants withered and died, and the food chain, from the smallest herbivore to the mightiest Tyrannosaurus rex, collapsed.
It's a sobering thought how such a catastrophic event could reshape life on Earth in such a profound way. But amidst all that devastation, one lineage of dinosaurs managed to weather the storm, adapt, and ultimately thrive: the birds.
It's true. While the non-avian dinosaurs met their end, their feathered relatives, those early birds, found a way to survive. They were smaller, more adaptable, and perhaps most importantly, they could fly, which allowed them to exploit new food sources and escape the harshest conditions.
So the creatures we see flitting around our backyards, those sparrows and robins and hawks, they're not just descended from dinosaurs. They actually are dinosaurs, the last surviving lineage of a once mighty dynasty. It's kind of mind-blowing when you think about it.
It really is. And the more we learn about dinosaurs, the more we realize just how closely they were related to birds. For example, we have Microraptor, a four-winged dinosaur covered in iridescent feathers gliding from tree to tree. Can you imagine looking up and seeing that shimmering like a raven in the sunlight?
It's incredible to think that such creatures actually existed. It really makes you wonder what else we might discover about these prehistoric animals.
That's the beauty of paleontology. It's like putting together a giant puzzle with only a few pieces. We're constantly making new discoveries, uncovering new fossils, and revising our understanding of dinosaurs and their world.
Like that baby skull concept you mentioned earlier, the idea that some dinosaurs evolved smaller, more lightly built skulls, possibly as an adaptation to changing environments and food sources. It really challenges our preconceived notions of what dinosaurs were like.
Absolutely. The baby skull theory is fascinating because it suggests that some dinosaurs were capable of evolving rapidly, adapting to a changing world.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what other secrets are hidden in the fossil record waiting to be unearthed.
Well, one thing's for sure, the story of dinosaurs is far from over. Every new discovery has the potential to rewrite our understanding of these incredible creatures and their place in the grand tapestry of life. So, the next time you see a bird soaring overhead, remember that you're witnessing a living dinosaur, a testament to the power of adaptation and the enduring legacy of a lost world.